Ebonyi State Governor is a madman. Quote me, Kelly Dixon.
The Ebonyi State Governor said federal government can't pay us, can't borrow money to pay us.
You see, waiting these people tell you, so waiting these two people when you just hear their voice talk. Now the simple truth. And make sure say you not skip this video, because you go soon see another one when say if they give them opportunity, say ASUU go end the strike within 72 hours or even lesser, like less than 72 hours. Say ASUU go end strike. Make them just, whether make them give a chance, so I don't understand how they explain them. Just watch them. But he don't tell us, say he don't distribute the article to people where really matter to this our nation. If they really want to make ASUU end this strike, why they never listen to it this man talk? I be why they never check the article when he submits to them. They can just watch and for better understanding. And they come back. Now.
It's a madman. Quote me, my name is Honorable Kelly Dixon. He's a madman. But we are here borrowing money to other countries. And our children are in the house because his children is abroad schooling. They're all in abroad schooling. And everybody, the youths are here. Tomorrow you say they're Yahoo boys. They are more than Yahoo than under the youth they can see in the streets. That's just the truth. Ebonyi State Governor is a madman. Quote me, Kelly Dixon.
The Ebonyi State Governor said federal government can't pay us, can't borrow money to pay us. But I believe that we are in the greatest, how will I call it, in the history of the country. This is when the country is owing so much debt, right? So much debt that it has gone over 200% from the debt the country was experiencing before this government came to power. Now, looking at those figures, looking at those facts, in the midst of those whole problems, in the midst of those borrowing to service the country, in the midst of the fact that we borrow to service budget, what that means is a country where we don't have money, we set a budget that is above our income. Imagine you're doing a business and you spend more than you earn. Will that business grow? I'm a business person. The business will crumble. We as a country, we borrow money to pay salary, borrow money to feed people, we borrow money to give to certain people and distribute to themselves, and they use the money anyhow. And we go to borrow more. And the worst of it that is so heartbreaking and so disheartening is the fact that Nigeria gave out cars worth 1.14 billion to Niger. The facility, go on internet and check the quality of that car. If you have not seen the quality of that car, you don't know how heartbreaking it is. The quality of that car is the quality of a car that a governor is supposed to be riding. That's what they gave out to Niger for security. I don't think any security agency in this country has such facility. Down to the highest hierarchy, they don't have such facility of car, even for the chief of staff allocated to him. But they borrowed money and gave it to Niger to service that, but they can't borrow money and service education. I wouldn't want to answer a yes or no answer, but in between the things I've pointed out, we should have the answer. Because the more countries like Seychelles has 92% literate, you can check about their country, Google about their country and see how they work. A country where we still have people below 60% literate, you are leaving people out of school. What do you think of crime? What do you think of more corruptions? What do you think of more insecurity? There are young people on the street and there's nothing to engage them. What are you going to do to them? People graduate from school, they don't get jobs. The government will come out publicly to tell them there are no jobs, and the ones in school are not leaving school. Man, I guess I'm done.
I'm not surprised that he will say so, because anything that concerns ordinary man in this country will be put to scrutiny and questioning. That is the problem. But if it's a thing that concerns them now, they know how to go about it. They know how to go about it. But federal government have been going outside the country to foreign lands and borrow. They will put together the money they have borrowed so far, it's alerting. But when it comes to education of the poor man, they will say they want everybody, they want the general citizenry to be in perpetual poverty and slavery, so that they can be ruling, so their wings can be developed more. And when you see our penury and poverty level will develop their wings to fly, to do anything they like. So let him say so. He will say so, and more of it we are expecting from them. So if we borrow to the development of our children now, is it not better? Would the children not be developed to the stage of even repaying that money? In other climes, in other countries, there are banks that are being established for students to borrow, to train themselves, to pay school fees and all that. But that one is not fashionable here. It's quite unfortunate.
The university is for everybody. Who says the university is not for everyone? Why did they build the university? Can you say food is not for everybody? If you don't eat food, why will you survive? If children did not go to school, how will they know what is going on in the world? You must go to school. You must learn how to write. So that you must make your parents proud. That's the same person that say university is not for everybody. Children is going to university. Is it because that he has the money? Poor people also go to university. If you go to most of these universities, you are saying that most of the people that are there, they are poor. It's because their mothers struggle, go to farm all this to make their children to have something. But still yet they will feel it's good, they will not give them work. That's why you are seeing everywhere it's going, scatter all over Nigeria. So what we need to put our head together that make the country to be all right. We need to join our together. We say this is what we want.
To me in person, with that statement, ASUU is under federal government. Abi? It's not state government, Project Abisa, ASUU. So federal government can still borrow money to solve ASUU problem because it's nationwide. It's not limited to one state. But if he's saying that the money is on ground that can be to resolve the problems, that one is understandable than to go and borrow. You understand? Because to me, I believe that with what I have knowledge on ground presently now, I will write a proposal, you understand, which I said, if they should allow me to handle the area of ASUU, the payment will be made within 72 hours. If they should allow me. And I link the matter with the ministers of health, you understand, the present ministers of health. I link the matter with the Inspector General of Police. I link the matter with the EFCC chairman, you understand, and the Attorney General of the Federation, even with the presidency. That by me, you understand, with what I knew on ground, the ASUU money can be paid within 72 hours. If I should be allowed, you understand, if I should be allowed, it can be paid 72 hours, ASUU, even beyond their expectations. And the student can resume within 72 hours, and to be announced 72 hours, than delay. So with a statement, definitely you might have seen that with the money is on ground, why should they go and borrow money? But there's nothing like that on ground to them. You understand, not to people like us that we know the depth what is on ground. I can say, well, what I have said, there's not bad in it. But for ASUU to borrow money, federal government to borrow money for ASUU, it's not by accident. I mean, it's not bad because it's for federal government. Yeah.
Una don see the video, abi? Now make una see how this selfish man tell us say education is not for everybody. Make una watch the video. And they come back. Now. I don't go waste time.
Let me digress a little to say that our basic problems, in this country, remain security, health, and education. And let me say a little in education, which is in the public domain now, about the ASUU strike. And I think that our education system is not being properly articulated. The basic education every country, strives to, attend is secondary school and vocational schools. These are the basic education. And where you have these qualifications, you be able to use it either to start up something on your own or to be able to use it to, be employed. And while you're on employment, if you don't have the means, you'll be able to, aspire to university education. But we've made the basis of our employment mostly university degree. And most of the time, you find out that these people just crash through university without the university imbibing anything in them. And so there is a need to review our educational system. It mustn't be for everybody. I'm not ashamed that I have only first degree. My deputy is a PhD holder. But it doesn't matter. It is what you bring on board that matters so much. So I cannot see how we cannot sit down with our ASU leaders, and iron out this problem of the ASU strike. I've read social media and newspapers how students, got into trouble just by sitting at home or engaging in means of keeping themselves busy instead of being in schools. There is no way the country Nigeria will go and borrow 1.1 trillion to meet ASU's demand. It's quite unreasonable. Are their demand genuine? Yes. But we can start, little by little. There must be commitment on the side of both parties that, look, these ASU are not asking this to take to their houses, so to say. They're asking it for our children, to better the infrastructure, to better the loss of the lecturers and the students. Yes, but we can start with a fraction of that and then have a program, that we run, on the platform of sincerity to address all the lots. But let me also say that most of the time, our people, they have very low, appetite for maintenance of public works. No matter how much you deploy to these universities, unless the users, the industry, the regulators, unless they begin to treat public infrastructure as their own in the various universities, it will continue to go bad, no matter how much the federal government deploys to it. So it is important for us to, show some understanding, and for those who are negotiating on the side of government to also show understanding. Let's meet ourselves halfway and then open the schools to save the fate of our children. This is very important.
Now that's the video, Abi. Now this man don't tell us say education not be for everybody for Nigeria. Hey, wahala, not too much. And you say federal government no go fit borrow money take fund ASU. Hey, wahala. But the same federal government when no go fit borrow money take clarify ASU matter. The money when then take buy motor give Niger Republic. Now personal money, I been a borrow, una still borrow am. I won't know, because with this one now, you won't tell us say Niger Republic they important pass ASU. That one day. Then this money when they carry this 25 million, so when they go donate for church, so now personal money, I been a see government money. Hey God, well, not too much. Make I ask you, as a governor, when you be, how much salary are you owing yourself? How much salary are you owing your House of Assembly members? I don't know whether independent, I don't even know. How much federal government they owe senators? You can't be saying now the ones when they educate our children, now them una they owe. Ah God, how we take reach here? I don't even know. How we take reach here what we do so? In case you don't know, although I know say you don't know, we are owing $13 billion. $13 billion now we they owe. Currently now, not be saying, not be all now the one when I see $13 billion. Look when I see the video first before I come back.
With rising debt, which has pushed Nigeria up the World Bank's top 10 International Development Association borrowers list. Now, the World Bank Fiscal Year 2021 Audited Financial Statement, known as the IDA Financial Statement, shows that Nigeria was rated 5th on the list with $11.7 billion IDA debt stock as of June 30, 2021. However, the newly released World Bank Fiscal Year 2022 Audited Financial Statement for IDA shows that Nigeria has also moved to the 4th position on the list with $13 billion IDA debt stock as of June.
Now that's the video, Abi. Now we don't they owe $13 billion already. All the money we don't even know what to now use and do. We not even know. Should we not they say I'm so? Then you they open mouth. They tell us say you not go fit borrow money. They pay ASU. You can't even go further. They tell us say education not be for everybody. If your children finish secondary school, then relax. Then God now go bless you. But if as your children they finish secondary school, you they make sure say they go abroad, go further their education. Now make you leave our own, make it die, finish. God now go judge the law for one after the other. I'm not getting you that to talk. I rest my case.